Welcome back to part 2 of understanding the CHC theory of intelligence. There are 7 broad abilities identified in the CHC theory. The first one is crystallized knowledge. This is like your library of knowledge and skills learned through experience and education. For example, the vocabulary that you use, your understanding of culture and your experiences all play a part into crystallized knowledge. The next area is fluid reasoning. This is your problem solving skills and your ability to figure things out. It's also that next step higher level thinking that's utilized, especially once we get to secondary, like my students are learning in the high school. The next area is auditory processing. This is one's ability to understand and analyze sounds, and it's highly used and supported in your reading skills. For example, being able to hear the different sounds when someone is sounding out a word, and then you being able to take in the information and put those sounds together. The next area is your long-term storage and retrieval. This is your ability to store information and then remember it at a later time. So for example, you're studying information for a test on Thursday night, putting all that information into your brain. Friday morning, you go to school to take that test, and you're pulling all that information out of your head to be able to display your knowledge on the topic. The next area is your short-term working memory. So this is your ability to hold and manipulate information in your mind right in the moment. So for example, you're on the phone, someone gives you a phone number. Can you remember the numbers long enough to be able to write it down? The next area is your visual processing. This is your ability to understand and work with visual information. For example, can you read this map and figure out how to get from point A to point B based on all the visual components provided? And the last area is processing speed. This is one's ability to complete simple tasks quickly and accurately. So do you guys remember in 3rd grade when you had to do those math fact tests where you had 2 minutes to complete as many as you could? That's your processing speed. It's simple, it's quick. How fast can you do it? How accurately can you do this information? So those are the 7 broad areas identified in CHC that we look at when talking about strengths and weaknesses in one's cognitive abilities. Everyone's brain has strengths and weaknesses. CHC theory helps us understand the whole picture, not just as a number on a test. Children start learning and their brains start developing from the moment they're born. Make sure to follow along to see how I support my children to develop these cognitive areas, even though they're not in school yet.